Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome again to your Toefl class. And today we will discuss about the topic that we have covered, the exercise of listening, topic 1 and 2. Okay, so I will discuss the answer that or we will open what is the answers. So here we have exercise 1 dialogue, and then the topics. So the dialogue is about topics, jadi inti pembicaraan dari listening yang teman-teman kerjain atau exercise, itu dialognya itu tentang topik, jadi kita mencari apa topik dari dialog itu, So we have here in exercise 1 we hear the audio, ada woman and a man, So the woman says, the professor drill and drill until I couldn't stand it. So, and the man says, I heard he signed a whole lot of exercises without explaining any of the grammar rules. Rules 2, I'm glad I went to the gym. And then the third voice, ini adalah perintah. The third voice ini biasanya perintah, What are the man and woman talking about? So, what we must figure out, or the answer is, dari dialog itu kita harus cari apa sih inti dari pembicaraannya, Jadi inti pembicaraannya itu adalah tentang topik. So the answer, ini kita lihat bahwa pembahasan yang B, from the reference to the professor, assignment, and grammar rules, it must be concluded that they are talking about class. Jadi yang grup yang choices of B itu from the reference to the professor, assignment, dari reference-nya itu adalah professor, assignment, and then grammar rules. Itu adalah reference-nya, yang dibicarakan, And then it must be concluded that they are talking about a class. And then choice A, pilihan A, refer to the place the man went instead of to the class, Instead of to class. Jadi instead of to the class, Choice C and D are not mentioned and may not be concluded from information in the conversation, Jadi yang paling benar adalah di sini answernya adalah B, yaitu mereference, membicarakan atau intinya tentang profesor, yaitu topiknya tentang profesor, topiknya itu tentang assignment, dan topiknya tentang grammar rules, Karena yang paling mencolok adalah pertama, woman-nya tadi membahas tentang the professor, and then the man. Nah, the man ini lebih mendetail, lebih menjelaskan detailnya, yaitu assignment, he assigned a whole lot of exercises, and then without explaining any of the grammar rules. Jadi grammar rules, di sini adalah grammar rules-nya itu tidak ada. Now, and then for number 2, soal nomor 2, ada audionya menjelaskan tentang man and woman, The man says they sell gas by the gallons here, and then the woman says yes, and I see that the bulk food in grocery store is sold in pounds and ounces. Now the third voice ini ada perintahnya, What are these two people most probably discussing? Jadi yang pada intinya kita telah bahas kemarin bahwa informasi yang kita paling pegang adalah orang yang kedua, So the answer, coba kita lihat. Nah, pilihan C atau pilihan yang A dan B dan D dulu ya. Choice A, B, and D are mentioned in reference to the main topic of discussion, the English system of measurement. Ya, jadi pilihan A, B, dan D adalah di mention ya, disebutkan tentang topik membahas sistem pengukuran. Tapi yang C ini, from the reference to gallon, pound, and ounce, it must be concluded that the two people are talking about weight and measure. Ya, jadi yang pilihan C itu yang paling benar ya, karena di sini istilah gallons, pounds, and ounces itu adalah orang menyebutkan itu untuk nama ukuran ya, atau nama timbangan ya. Jadi yang paling benar adalah C. The right answer is C. And then for number 3, audio number 3, we have the woman says, "You should have your mail held at the post office until you get back." And the man says, "Good idea. I remember to get the newspaper stop, but I had forgotten about that." Nah, ini tadi ya, coba kita ini kan nggak bisa ya, dibuat kedua gini nggak bisa ya. Coba kita coba dulu. Oh, ternyata nggak bisa, hanya satu doang. It will open like the same thing, ya. Yeah. So tadi in your in your exercise, coba saya buka dulu sebentar. Oh, salah. Choose one. Okay, no, this one. Oh, okay, this one. Okay, ini ada lebih anunya. Oh, okay. So we have number 3 here. You should have your mail held at the post office until you get back. The man says, "Good idea. I remember to get the newspaper stop, but I forgotten about that." Ya, forgotten about that. That-nya itu yang apa? Yaitu the mail. Ya, so the third voice ini perintah. What are these two people talking about? Ya, jadi apa yang mereka bicarakan? Topiknya apa sih yang dicari? Di sini ada pilihan yang A, vacation, B, the mail, C, the newspaper, and then D, the office ya. Nah, terus di sini, what are these two people talking about? Topiknya apa sih yang mereka bicarakan? Since the man will be gone, ya, so yang paling benar ada A, ya. Since the man will be gone, it must be concluded that he is going on a trip, ya. Jadi the woman said you should have your mail held at the post office until you get back. Nah, get back-nya dari mana? Nah, get back-nya dari vacation. Good idea. I remember to get the newspaper stop, but I forgotten about that. So, yang paling A adalah paling cocok ya. Kenapa? Karena vacation ya. Karena the get back-nya itu dari vacation. And then B and C and D are mentioned in reference to the main topic of discussion, the man's vacation. Ya, jadi yang B, C, and D itu adalah tentang the men's vacation, ya. Jadi yang paling benar adalah A, ya. And then number 4, we have here, we hear the audio says, do you know how many students were accepted in the new doctoral program? Well, I saw Mary at the party last night, and she said that only 6 got in. What are the two people discussing? What are the two people discussing? Ya, jadi pilihannya ada a new doctor, A, B, a party they attended, C, their friend Mary, D, a graduate program. Ya, jadi di sini yang paling benar adalah D. Since they are talking about the new doctoral program, it must be concluded that they are discussing a graduate program. Ya, jadi a graduate program. D. Nah, sedangkan yang B and C are mentioned in reference to the main topic of discussion, acceptance in the new doctoral program. Choice A is not mentioned and may not be concluded from information in the conversation. Ya, jadi A itu tidak disebutkan, a new doctor itu tidak, ya. And then we have, so number 4 itu yang paling benar ada D jawabannya, ya. Tolong dibetulin teman-teman kalau ada yang salah, ya. Jadi please, yang nomor 1 ada B, nomor 2 C, nomor 3 A, nomor 4 D. Sekarang nomor 5. Okay, we have men and women, and then third boys. I applied for the exchange program to Europe this year, but I couldn't go because I got sick. That's too bad. Nancy went to England last year, and she said it was really a great experience. Third voice, number 5. What are the men and women discussing? So number 5 is that since they are talking about the men's application, so we have A, an exchange program, B, the men's trip to England, C, the man illness, atau D, their friend Nancy. Yeah, so here the place in choice B refers to Nancy trip, not the men's trip. Ya, jadi yang B ini bilang the men's trip to England. The place in choice B refers to Nancy trip, not the men's trip. The men's trip to England. Okay. And then C is the reason that the man could not go on the exchange program, not the topic of a conversation. The man's illness. And then choice D refers to the friends who went on the exchange program last year. So yang paling benar adalah A, ya, since they are talking about men's application, the exchange program, ya, for an exchange program to Europe, it must be concluded that they are discussing the exchange program. Okay, and then number 6, the chair in that lecture room are really uncomfortable. You said it. They are so small that my children couldn't even fit in them. Okay, so number 6. Ini pilihannya adalah the professor lecture, the woman's children, the chair they are sitting in, the size of the lecture room. So yang paling benar adalah C, ya. The chair in that lecture room are really uncomfortable. Ya. Choice B is mentioned in reference to the main topic of discussion, the chair. Choice B is mentioned in reference to the main topic of discussion, the chair. And choice A and D are not mentioned and may not be concluded from information in the conversation. Okay, jadi yang paling benar adalah C, ya, the chairs they are sitting in. Number 7, woman, ada woman and a man. Yeah, this is a short conversation. Okay, I've had it with my computer. I lost another paper when I tried to save it on a disk. Save it on the disk, okay, and then you have to do something about that. Why don't you try over at Computer World? What are the two people discussing? Yeah. So since the woman mentioned a problem with her computer and the man offers a suggestion, it must be concluded that they are discussing the woman's computer. Okay, so number 7 ini ada the woman's computer, the woman's paper, C, the man's hometown, and D, the man's job. So number 7 ini yang paling benar adalah A, ya, the woman's computer, since the woman mentioned a problem with her computer. Okay, and then number 8, ya, ada pilihannya ini. Number 8 adalah A, the campus, B, registration week, C, the parking situation, and D, the woman's class. Yeah. I was late for class because I couldn't find a parking space. The man, it's because of registration week. I drove around for almost half an hour before I found one this morning. Then the third voice is, what are the two people talking about? Yeah. So here, basically, the right answer is C, yeah? The parking situation. From the reference to parking space and driving around to find one, it means a parking space. Ya. Jadi driving around itu dia menyentir, berkeliling-keliling dulu selama setengah jam, baru bisa menemukan tempat untuk parkir mobilnya. Ya. So it must be concluded that they are talking about the parking situation. Ya. Jadi yang paling benar adalah C. But A and B and D are mentioned in the reference to the main topic of discussion, the parking situation. Ya, jadi A, B, and D itu sama, ya ada, tapi tidak membicarakan secara detail apa topiknya. Ya. Number 9, I really like Dr. Smith, but I can't say as much for her TA, teacher assistant. Yeah. Sally, oh, she's okay, as long as you go to class and get the lab report in on time. What are the man and woman discussing? Okay, number 9. Itu ada the professor Dr. Smith, the lab reports, the attendance policy, and then the teaching assistant. Ya. Nah di sini tadi udah jelas banget. Yang orang pertama menyebut tentang TA. Ya. TA adalah singkatan dari teaching assistant. Ya. So basically, yeah, of course we have to know that D is the only one. Yeah, TA is a teaching assistant. So choice A and B and C are mentioned in reference to the main topic of discussion, the TA Sally. Ya, jadi yang lainnya mention tapi tidak secara specifically tentang TA-nya. Okay, we have number 10. I used to bring my lunch to school when I was working in the chemistry department. Okay, yeah. And then, but now that I'm a full-time student, I just eat at the snack bar. Then the woman says, me too. It's too hard trying to get everyone ready in the morning at my house. What are the man and woman talking about? So we have number 10, the multiple choice is the chemistry department, the woman's house, the man's employer. We have here having lunch on campus. Tadi ada yang mention tentang having lunch. At the snack bar. Yeah. Yeah, me too. It's hard to get everyone ready in the morning. Ya, jadi pada intinya yang itu ya. Untuk menjelaskan bahwa I used to bring lunch. Biasanya saya bawa makanan, tapi sekarang karena saya telah menjadi karyawan dan bekerja di chemistry department sebagai full time, ya full time student ya. I just eat at a snack bar ya. Jadi dia hanya kalau makan ya ke kantin. Ya. And then the woman says, "Yeah, it's me too. It's hard trying to get everyone ready in the morning at my house." Yes. Jadi dia skip breakfast. Breakfastnya makan di kampus ya. So basically having lunch on campus ya. From the reference to bring lunch to school and eating at the snack bar, it must be concluded that they are talking about having lunch on campus. So and part choice A and B and C are mentioned in reference to the main topic of discussion, lunch on campus. Okay. Then we have the second one, second audio. Nah, di sini tadi dialognya itu tentang topik ya. All about the topic. Kita harus cari topik-topiknya apa sih yang mereka in the dialogue ya. So 1 is B, 2 is C, 3 is A, 4 is D, 5 is A, 6 is C, 7 is A, 8 is C, 9 is D, 10 is D. Oke, 10 is D ya. Sekarang kita masuk ke the conversation number 2. Okay, so conversation number 2 we have here. Ini tentang details. Nah, kita harus memperhatikan detail-detailnya. So we have the audio number 1. You look awful. Do you have a hangover? No, I've been up all night finishing a paper, and I've had to drink is coffee. Okay, so and then the choices pilihannya adalah he is tired, he is drunk, he is thirsty, he is busy. Nah, kita bisa ngelihat dari intonasi suaranya ya. Nah, dari intonasi suaranya itu bisa kita tebak itu apa sih? And then the answer is A. Yeah, he is tired. I've been up all night finishing a paper. So the right one is A. Choice B is not correct because all the man has had to drink is coffee. And then D is not correct because the man is finished the paper. Okay. And then choice D is not correct. Choice C is not mentioned and may not be concluded from the information in the conversation. Yeah, he's not thirsty. He's drinking coffee. Yeah. Gak ada sangkut pautnya sama sekali. Okay, so the right one for conversation 1 in exercise 2 is A. Yeah. And then number 2 we have here. Okay, we have woman. Can I use my credit card to pay my fees, or do I have to give you a check? Then your card is fine, as long as your credit approval goes through. Okay, so and then the choices are she wants to pay by check, she refers to use credit card, and then she has cash, she will need a loan. What does the woman want to pay? How does the woman want to pay? Di sini yang paling benar adalah B ya. Can I use my credit card? Karena the woman already mentioned, can I use my credit card to pay my fees? Yeah. So the right one is B. Yeah. Choice A refers to the alternative that the woman suggests. Not to her preference choice. Yeah. And then choice C and D are not mentioned and may not be concluded from the information in the conversation. Okay, we have number 3, the woman and man. No wonder Sharon won't see you. She probably thought that such an expensive gift was inappropriate on such short acquaintance. It certainly is different here. In my country, men are supposed to show women that they care for them by giving them jewelry. So number 3, we have the option. He was too short. She didn't know him very well. The expensive gift made her uncomfortable. And then the man never gave her gifts. So this is yang paling benar. The right one is C. Yeah. She probably thought that such an expensive gift was inappropriate on such short acquaintance. Ya, kebiasaan orang sana tuh kalau baru kenal jangan kasih gift yang mahal. Okay. And then we have choice A, refers to the acquaintance, not to the man. And then choice B is true, but it is not the reason Sharon stopped seeing the man. And then we have choice D is not correct because the man gave Sharon an expensive gift. Let's go to number 4. Why do you need to check my purse? Do you think I stole something? And then the man says, not at all. This is a standard security procedure. Okay, so number 4. Sini we have the multiple choice. He thought she was a thief. He wanted to secure it for her. His job was to check everyone's belonging. He was looking for a standard size. Yeah, basically the man is like a security, ya. So why did the man look through the woman's purse? Nah, dari pertanyaan itu kenapa orang laki-laki ini harus menggeledah? Nah, this is a standard security procedure. So yang paling benar adalah C, ya. His job was to check everyone's belonging. Choice A is not correct because the man denied that he suspected the woman of theft. The word secure in choice B and the word standard in choice D refers to a standard security procedure, not to securing a purse or to standardized size. Okay, and then we have audio number 5. Number 5 we have I lost my notebook. Could I borrow yours before the test? I'm sorry, I'd like to help you, but I just can't. I have to take it with me to work so I can study on my breaks. Okay, and then we have the multiple choice here. A, study with her. B, help her on the test. C, take a break. And then D, lend her his book. So the third voice, perintahnya adalah, what does the woman want the man to do? What does the woman want the man to do? Oh ya, jadi the woman-nya itu mau minjem ya. Could I borrow your book? Ya, could I borrow your notebook before the test? Okay, so yeah, the right one is lend her his book. And then the word study in choice A refers to the man's plan to study, not the woman's request. The word break in choice C refers to the man's break at work, not the woman's request. Choice D is not mentioned and may not be concluded from the information in the conversation. Ya, jadi tidak ada sangkut pautnya yang part B. Oke, jadi intinya detailnya ya kita harus ini ya. lebih kenapa intinya ya. Daripada intinya ini yang pertama ya, I lost my book, could I borrow yours before the test? Ya, jadi the first speaker. Okay, next one we have number 6. Woman, that looks like Steve's car, but who is that girl driving it? Oh, that's Steve's sister. I met her last night at Mary's Ann party. And then we have the multiple choice. We have A, Steve's girlfriend, B, Steve's sister, C, Steve, and then D, Mary Ann. Of course, udah dijelaskan tadi, it's Steve's sister, yeah. Oh, that's his sister. So it's the right one is B. Yeah. Choice C refers to the owner of the car, not the driver. Choice D refers to the person who had a party, not the person driving it. Choice A is not mentioned and may not be concluded from the information in the conversation. And then we go to number 7. The door seems to be locked. Do I need a key for the bathroom? And then the man says, no, just push hard, it sticks a little. So we have the multiple choice, ada pilihannya. The door is locked. The woman doesn't have the right key. The door is stuck. And then the doorknob is broken. The door is locked. Pintunya terkunci. Yang B, the woman doesn't have the right key. Si wanita itu tidak memiliki kunci yang cocok. Atau C, the door is stuck. The door itu adalah pintunya kayak nyangkut atau lengket, ya, nyangkut, stuck. And then the doorknob is broken. Doorknob itu kayak tempat alat untuk membuka pintu, ya. Nah, jadi why won't the door open? So this one yang paling benar adalah the door stick a little. Ya, stick itu kayak nyangkut atau lengket, ya. Jadi kita harus agak dorong keras, ya. Jadi yang paling benar adalah C, the door is stuck. So choice A refers to the woman's original conclusion, not the real reason that the door would not open. And the word key in choice B refers to the woman's question about a key, not to the reason that the door would not open. And then choice D is not mentioned at any and not be concluded from information in the conversation. Okay, let's go to question 8. Okay, we have here. Can we use your calculator? Can we use our calculator on the test? Sorry. And then the woman says, yes, if you bring them to me at the beginning of the test, I'll check them out and return them right away so you can use them. Okay, and then question 8, the multiple choice. Check the calculators, use a calculator to do the test, his test, purchase a calculator, borrow a calculator. Okay, yang A ini adalah check calculator, ya. Jadi kalkulatornya dicek. And then B, use a calculator to do his test, menggunakan kalkulator, ya. And then C, purchase a calculator. D, borrow a calculator. Okay. So, what does the man want to do? Apa yang si laki-laki ini pengen lakukan? Yang paling benar ada B, ya. He wants to use his calculator to use the calculator to do his test, ya. So can we use the calculator on the test? Yeah. So that's the main reason is B, ya. The word check in choice A refers to the woman's offer to check the calculator, ya. Jadi womannya itu menawarkan atau meminta, ya. Memerintahkan bahwa kalkulatornya dikumpulin dulu supaya dicek apakah ada contekan, ya. And then not to what the man wants to do. Choice C and D are not mentioned and may not be concluded from the information in the conversation. Okay, let's go to next one. We have audio number 9. Man, my roommate left and he didn't pay his share, so I'm stuck with all the rent and utilities for last month. Then the woman, that's not fair. You should call his family. Third voice, what is the woman's advice? Oh, we have the multiple choice dulu. She thinks the man should pay the bill. A. B. She thinks the man should ask his family for help. She thinks the man should ask his family for help. That's B. Okay. Number C. She thinks the man should contact his roommate's family for money. And then number D. She thinks the man should leave. What is the woman's advice? Coba kita lihat womannya, tulisannya. That's not fair. You should call his family. Nah, di situ udah ada jelas banget perintahnya ya. So basically yang sama dengan itu adalah C ya. She thinks that the man should contact his roommate's family for money. You should call his roommate's family ya. So the best answer is C. So choice A is not correct because the woman does not think it is fair for the man to be stuck with the bill. And then the word family in choice B refers to the families of the roommates, not of the man. And then the word leave in choice D refers to the woman's leaving, not the man's leaving. Okay, and then we have the last one here. Number 10, I want to apply for the student loan, please. All right, fill out this form and bring in your income tax record from last year. Then I'll review your option with you. Okay, and then we have the choice here. By filling out the forms, by filling his taxes, by advising him about the student loans, by completing his application. So, and then the perintahnya adalah how will the woman help the man? So basically yang paling benar adalah C ya. By advising him about student loan ya. Jadi by advising dia menyarankan atau bagaimana ya, advising him about student loan. Then I will review your option with you. Nah, itu adalah advising ya. Choice A and B and D, sorry, choice A, B and D refer to instruction. Ya, A, B, and D ini adalah perintah, instruction that the woman gives the man about what he is to do before the interview. Not to the way that the woman will help the man at the interview. Nah, jadi yang paling benar adalah C ya, by advising him about student loans. Okay? Ya, I think ini adalah discussion dari our exercises ya. I will give you another one supaya lebih familiar ya tentang conversation ya, tentang conversation dulu. Okay. So for exercise 2 ya, ini jawabannya number 1 A, number 2 B, number 3 C, number 4 C, number 5 D, number 6 B, number 7 C, number 8 B, number 9 C, number 10 C. Okay, berarti